Ladies and gentlemen, my name is AWA and welcome to the AWA Wrestling Talk podcast. Now, on this podcast, we are going to be talking about wrestling related subjects. So, in this episode, we are going to be talking about Bad Blood, Raw, SmackDown, AEW Wrestle Dream, some more things to come on the podcast, and we're going to be talking about my wrestling figure company thing that I do on my YouTube and TikTok. If you could have a look at that, it would help me out a lot as well if you subscribed to the channel. Hit that bell so you're notified whenever a new episode of the podcast comes out, or any time I upload a video. So yeah, let's hop into talking about Bad Blood. Now, I'm going to be honest, I was so hyped for the Drew McIntyre CM Punk match, but I woke up after the match, so I did not see the match, but I have watched highlights of the match. That's what I usually do with Raw and SmackDown, and it was a graphic, horrifying match. Especially, it's probably the best match I think both these two competitors have ever been in. In my opinion, the best Hell in a Cell match. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a fellow Scotsman and I'm a fan of CM Punk. When you look back at all the Hell in a Cell matches, people get flung through the cage to the top. People come out, the cage gets broken. Now, that didn't in this match, and it just contains them in a ring to finish the story, and it really just, I think it concluded, it hit all the points that it wanted to, and including when it came to that spine spot where Drew, my god, his spine is broken after that. Missed Claymore and his spine right off the steel steps. In my opinion, that was an amazing spot. I would have never even thought about doing that if I was a wrestler. I'm not, by the way. So let's swiftly move on to our next match. That was the Nia Jax and Bayley match, where, let's just say it's a Nia Jax match. She has been getting better over how long? It's an improvement for Nia. I think that she has done better than our previous run in the WWE. She just became the women's champion, beating Bayley at SummerSlam, winning Queen of the Ring. She's well deserved to be the champion, and the fact that she is competing at the level that she's competing at is amazing. And like, Bayley is one of the 4 horsewomen of WWE. Well, I think she's the only person that is still active right now from the 4 horsewomen. You have Sasha Banks, who now goes as Mercedes Moné, who's in AEW. You have Becky Lynch, who is currently, she's off. I don't know what's happened to her. I don't know if she's renewed her contract with the WWE. And then you have Charlotte Flair, who's currently injured. She's not the best. And then that's just a huge step for Nia. And honestly, it was an okay match. It's better than I was expecting it to be. Yeah, it was a really good match. Then it was Triple H unveiling the new Crown Jewel Championship. Now that championship, it does look like something that the AI has just pulled out. You ask them to make a wrestling championship and it spits out that. And Triple H went, yep, let's make it. Don't get me wrong, it's worked. It will work. But I don't think they're going to have it annual. They're going to forget about it next year. And even if you're going to give us 2 championship matches, well, 2 matches of champions clashing, but that could have been an opportunity for maybe to say The Rock versus Cody Rhodes at Crown Jewel for the World Championship, but you've gave it to Cody Rhodes and Gunter for the Crown Jewel Championship, and you've got Liv Morgan, who could go up against. I don't want to see her go up against Rhea Ripley again, especially right now. But even like a Raquel Rodriguez, because that's just a new feud. That could work, her turning on them. Like, that would be an amazing feud, and then you've got your Nia Jax, so it's alright, and they're currently building up that road now, and honestly, it's pretty good. I can't remember what was next after that. It was the Rhea Ripley match, Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan match, with Dominic Mysterio in a shark cage. The fact that they rolled up to the PLE with the lowrider, it's just gives that dirty Dom, like, yeah, this is my show, I can do what I want. But in actual fact, it's just like, it's the same car that your dad came in at WrestleMania, which your ass, just the same old stuff. But again, you got Liv Morgan and the Rhea Ripley storyline that evolved even more. The fact that Dominic was put into the shark cage, and his acting was amazing for this match. Now, I don't actually know if he's claustrophobic or not, because I'm not a weirdo. But it was a really good match. But what happened at the end, that's what really struck me. Dominic Mysterio escapes the shark cage. Rhea Ripley comes up says to the ref, "Oh wait, I'm going to go out here." She gets a candlestick and starts beating him. The ref comes out to tell Rhea that she needs to get in the ring, and then Raquel Rodriguez comes, smashes her, and then the bell isn't rang. Like, the ref was going to go and ring the bell, but he didn't. And it just looked like he was like, nah, I'm just going to leave it, and yeah. And then Raquel goes to put Liv Morgan over Rhea Ripley, and yeah, it was a terrible ending to an okay match, but there wasn't too much in that match. It could have been better, in my opinion. Then we had the Damian Priest Finn Balor match. It was predictable. It was really just predictable. Like, you knew that Damian Priest was going to win. They weren't going to have Finn Balor as well as Liv Morgan win. Obviously, the storyline's going to keep going. Finn isn't finished with Damian. Everybody knows that. If you're an actual wrestling fan, you will realise that it's not finished. It's not going to be finished for a long while. There wasn't too much. I predicted that Carlito was going to come down and JD and try to stop Priest from winning, but it didn't work out in the long run. Priest bet Finn. Not much you can do with that. And you also had the Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu versus Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. Now, this was a cinematic clash. Like, you had everything from the Bloodline entrance to the Cody Rhodes entrance with the band. Then you had the Roman Reigns entrance with the band. You would have thought this was like SummerSlam, WrestleMania, but no, this is Bad Blood. The match itself was, it was good. There was also the fact that Roman kept on turning to Cody Rhodes, saying, "Are you sure?" at the start of the match, before it could start. It was a bit annoying, but hey ho, I'm not going to complain, because we got the return of Jimmy Uso. I had no hopes for him to be returning at Bad Blood. I was thinking Royal Rumble because of online posts from his son and Rikishi. Obviously, that was a wind up, so we didn't think it was going to happen. And I fell right into WWE's trap on that. and the fact that he took out the Bloodline, well, Tama Tonga and Tanga Loa, who Tanga Loa is the real tribal chief, you all know that. Then we have the The Rock returning, and as the WWE YouTube channel says, The Rock makes an entrance, makes an earth-shattering return and stares down everybody. It was originally stares down Roman Reigns, but they couldn't have that. And then we were all like, yes, Monday's not going to be as good as we thought anymore, but SmackDown is going to be... We knew SmackDown was going to be the best show this week, especially after Bad Blood, because we know Roman Reigns was going to win. And either way it went, we knew we were getting a Rock return or a Jimmy Uso return. And we were just like, yeah, SmackDown's going to be amazing. And we will get to SmackDown and in a minute, but we need to talk about Raw. So, last week we had Seth Rollins came to cost Bronson Reed the last Monster Standing match against Braun Strowman, and CM Punk opens the show. And CM Punk leaves his WWE future uncertain. I hope that it has a better return to the ring, and I hope we do get this match between him and Seth Rollins. But Seth Rollins also came down to the ring, and he says that he wants to face Bronson Reed anywhere, anytime. So we're going to get that match pretty soon. And what else was there on SmackDown? Raw. We had Jey Uso versus Xavier Woods, and then after the match where Jey Uso retained his Intercontinental Championship, we had Braun Breaker coming in, spearing all three, Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, and Jey Uso. And then after that, I can't remember anything that happened on Raw, so I am on the YouTube channel here looking at the highlights to talk about what happens. Then we have R-Truth, who explains to The Miz that he's not part of the Judgment Day anymore, because that's why he thinks that he kicked him in the face last week. But obviously The Miz is just going back to his 2016 heel days that we all want back, and hopefully he beats Jey Uso and becomes the Intercontinental Champion again, because realistically that's what I want out of Jey Uso. Well, The Miz, sorry. Then we have the Sheamus and Pete Dunne Barstool match, was it? All I know was Sheamus hits Pete Dunne with a bro kick while zip tied in the match. That match, it should have been okay. I have no idea. From the picture that it shows me, that Sheamus was bleeding a little bit from the elbow, but it didn't look as bad. It doesn't look bad. Then we have Lyra Valkyria, who scores a win in a chaotic 10-woman tag team match. Now, this isn't a hot take, but the women matches like that are not the best. The only real women matches that are getting spotlight that people like is the main World Championship matches, and I'm okay with that, but I think we need the mid-card championships sooner, because the tag team stuff isn't working. It's just like Vince McMahon, where he had the 8-man tag team matches or the 6-man tag team matches all the time. You know, we can't be having that, because this is a Triple H era, not the Vince McMahon era. So yeah. Then we have the Sami Zayn Gunter match, where it was an awesome match, you know. It just looked like a good match, the Sami Zayn match. But then we revealed that we were having Gunter versus Cody Rhodes at Crown Jewel for the Crown Jewel Championship. A frustrated Xavier Woods sounds off Kofi Kingston. I think we're getting them the New Day imploding very, very soon. You can see that they were building it up for how many weeks now. It's going to be a brilliant move when they actually decide to do it. Now we have SmackDown, that I have not actually watched yet because I was away for the weekend, so I didn't actually get up to watch it. I have not seen any of the highlights. So Jimmy Uso says Roman Reigns is no longer has a tribe. So I did see a clip saying that they need help. Is this going to mean that we're getting an OG bloodline with Sami Zayn and Jey Uso? Probably not. I hope we do, because we have the Braun Breaker problem with Jey Uso. So what I think might happen is we might not get The Rock for War Games. We might get Braun Breaker because of the Jey Uso Intercontinental Championship problem. So we don't know. I don't know about that. But then we have the LA Knight, who beats Carmelo Hayes in a US Championship match. That match, it was a good match. Obviously I didn't see it, but I know that Andrade distracted Carmelo Hayes for LA Knight to get the win. And Kevin Owens confronts Cody Rhodes, trying to explain about what he attacked him in the parking lot. Just WWE suggesting that we've all seen the footage. Cody Rhodes was being attacked by Kevin Owens, and Kevin Owens was trying to justify his actions, saying it wasn't him that turned on him, and try to justify the fact that he was teaming with Roman Reigns. Right, we have a late addition to the podcast. We have Ollie, who is my cousin, who has done some voice recording for my YouTube channel, who has no idea what wrestling is. Well, he knows some stuff, but like not as much as me, of course. Who will be giving some thoughts, and yeah. We also want to talk about the Nia Jax gets confronted by Naomi and Liv Morgan, that ended up turning into Rhea Ripley taking out the Judgment Day on Friday Night SmackDown. That led into a match between Naomi and Nia Jax. The Judgment Day helped Naomi. The Judgment Day and Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan. But then Kevin Owens attacks Randy Orton in the parking lot after Randy Orton punched Kevin Owens in the mouth. Then Jimmy Uso had a match against Solo Sikoa. I didn't see any of the match, but I seen after the match, Roman Reigns comes out, starts kind of attacking the bloodline, and then he gets taken out. Just normal wrestling stuff. And then Jimmy Uso says to him that they need help. So there could be a possible Usos reunion in the mix. We'll need to see. And SmackDown was great and all, but then we need to reflect on AEW Wrestle Dream that happened the day after SmackDown. So I have no idea what actually happened on the show. Well, I know what happened, but I didn't watch any of it. Only stuff matches I know how it ended is the Ricochet, Takeshita and Will Ospreay match. What happened to MJF returns, and then Adam Cole returns right after it, and then we have the Bryan Danielson match against Jon Moxley. Ollie, do you want to give your thoughts on AEW? Do you know anything about AEW? No. Right. Cause AEW basically is just another alternative for wrestlers to go to if they've been fired from WWE. It's another wrestling company. So when you look at it, like, I've got a picture up here. See these 4 wrestlers? They've all been in WWE at one point. Okay. So when I'm going to talk about the MJF and Adam Cole So this has been going on since the end of last year, December. Adam Cole got injured. He ran down the ramp to save MJF from what was the devil? It was a person called the devil, right? Who turned out to be Adam Cole. So MJF ended up getting attacked. So he left for how many months? He comes back and he realises that the fans don't like him anymore, and they are focused on another wrestler called Will Ospreay. They have a big match at a live show in London called All Out. So he leaves that, he faces another person called Daniel Garcia. Adam Cole's forgotten about at this point, but he comes back at Wrestle Dream and MJF runs into the crowd. To me, it's just a cowardly point on MJF, because he's meant to be like the scumbag, the person he wants to fight. He's the heel of the industry. In AEW, he's the biggest heel I think that is in wrestling right now. Is MJF. He might not get the recognition of that, but in my opinion, he is. But the Daniel Bryan John Moxley match, you've seen the ending of this, right? So during the match, I didn't see it, but I seen the ending of it. But the match itself was pretty brutal. It started with Moxley attacking Bryan. The match starts and then Bryan's music still plays for about 5 minutes after, the attack, something like that. The match itself was an okay match. It wasn't the best of matches that AEW's put on in the last 2 years, but damn right, the finish for the show was an amazing, top 10 I'd say, ways to finish a show. How brutal was the ending to the show? Just get closer, yeah.
I think it was brutal with the plastic bag and the chair stomp.
I do agree with that chair stomp from Claudio Castagnoli was brutal. The fact that it had to be stretchered off, all the baby faces came down, really cemented how much the Blackpool Combat Club's heels. Do you get that at all? Yeah, right. You know what heels and baby faces are, don't you? What are they? Right. I'll give you the explanation anyway. So heels are the bad guys, and the baby faces are the good guys. And you don't really want to have a match with two baby faces, unless one of them's gonna turn heel, or two heels, because it won't be the best match, because some people won't know who to chant for. Yeah, the AEW Wrestle Dream press conference as well, wasn't the best. When you look back on the Will Ospreay, Takeshita and Ricochet match, I didn't see much of it. I was gonna stay up and watch it because of the New Japan Ricochet and Will Ospreay match was amazing, but the way it ended with Don Callis and Kyle Fletcher turning on Will Ospreay just cemented that it's going to be a good year. 2025 is going to be a good year for Will Ospreay. Yeah, I think that's it just for AEW Wrestle Dream. The last segment we've got here of the podcast is the things to come. So this is going to be talking a bit about the AWA YouTube account, where that is growing massively. Where is my phone? I'm going to see exactly how many subscribers we are at this very second. Give me 2 seconds. I should have had this ready for the podcast. Disgraceful. Very disgraceful, yeah, I do agree. We are currently at 41 subscribers on the YouTube, and on the TikTok we are at we're over 1,000 followers on the YouTube, No, the TikTok, sorry. I need to fix that. We're currently at 1,176 followers on TikTok.
That is really impressive.
Thank you. Ollie's TikTok, we're going to leave out of the conversation right now, just because that's his TikTok account. If he wants to make one about this, we can do that. I'm going to be doing a podcast clips not YouTube account, TikTok account, to just so you guys can see this in short term. What I want for this podcast is I want to have guests on it. So we're talking like some wrestlers. We might go with some independent wrestlers from places like Iron Girders and ICW. We might even go up to WWE, AEW, and TNA, Impact, New Japan. Hopefully we do get some wrestlers on the podcast. But this is the first episode. I'm not getting my hopes up that high for it. But yeah, I hope you did like the first episode of the podcast. It was a very fun thing to record. This is Kai Wallace. Nope, this is AWA, and this is Ollie, and this is us signing off on the first episode of the podcast. We hope you like this. We'll hopefully be doing this weekly. We will see you guys soon.